Tell me right now in the comments, when you have a deck of playing cards and you can't perform magic for people, what do? I'll give you a second. I mean, you fidget around with that deck of playing cards. It's what you do. It's what everyone should do. That's what you do. And if you don't do that, I'm curious to know, what's your problem? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 simple one-handed, one-card flourishes that'll make your fingers love you. What up, crew? Hope you're doing well. I wasn't sure what kind of video I wanted to make today, so while I was thinking, I found myself fidgeting with a deck of playing cards, and then it hit me. I should do porn! But really, I love fidgeting around with the deck of playing cards. I just feel like it helps me think, it helps me, I guess, feel a bit more calm, and I wanted to share that with you. And thus, this video was born. So before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. Alright, here we go. I absolutely love these playing cards, by the way. I do have one deck remaining on my website if you want to go ahead and check it out. I'll put the link to it in the description. But they just handle so well, like I have zero complaints. Zero. Alright, so check this out. The first move I'm going to show you is the card twirl that looks something like that. I really love this move, especially when I first started doing it. I could not stop doing it, and my friends thought I was the coolest person ever. Okay, they didn't actually think that, but they thought it was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and break it down. Alright, so let's start off talking about the grip. You're going to be holding the deck in a mechanics or a dealer's grip that looks something like this. Your middle ring pinky finger on one side, thumb along the edge on the other side, index finger on top. So I'm holding the deck in my non-dominant hand, so if I'm a righty, you hold it in your left hand. If you're a lefty, you're going to hold it in your right hand. Again, then that will be the mechanics grip in your right hand. So I'm going to hold it here, and what we're going to do is take our thumb, go to the center of the card, or about the center of the card, and push this forward, right? Push it forward right above the middle finger and ring finger and the pinky finger. Our main 2 focuses are going to be the middle finger and ring finger, but the pinky finger's there, so I'm mentioning that. From this point, you're going to extend out your middle finger, right? So you're going to come here, pull the card back a little bit just so it's only above your ring finger, and you want to put your middle finger, extend it out, and put it on top of this card, while the ring finger is going to go beneath this card. So we're starting here again, push off, curl this ring finger in, the middle finger extends out and comes above that card. So we're kind of clipping the card between our ring finger and our middle finger, looking like that. From here, all you're going to do is extend these fingers out, and as you extend them out, the card will kind of straighten like this. So instead of being like this now, it's going to straighten out like this. And all you're doing from this point is rotating these 2 fingers. So this was like this before, where the ring finger was underneath, middle finger was on top. Then you extended it out. Now you're going to rotate it the opposite way. Ring finger. Actually, I lied. You're going to rotate it again. The ring finger is going to go this way. Middle finger is going to go this way. And the card's going to end up like this, face down. And all you're going to go and do now is come back and close. So like this. And oh, of course. So like this. And come back. And as you get faster and faster, you won't have to think of them as separate steps. You'll kind of just be able to do it right here on the spot. You won't really have to come all the way out here and close this up. Sorry, I'm not used to doing it in slow motion. But that's pretty much how it's going to look like. The card's going to straighten out like this. You don't have to go all the way out here. Straighten out like this, twirl, and close. And that is the card twirl. Wow, 3D. Now this next move is actually one of my favorites because I just feel so cool doing it. And I don't know if there's an actual name for it, but I'm just going to call it the card orbit around the deck. And the way that it works is you're taking a card from the top of the deck using your thumb, orbiting it around, using your middle finger and index finger, and kind of completing that orbit. So it looks something like this. And I love doing this. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love doing this. Whenever I have my other hand doing any other kind of flourish, like if this hand is doing a flicker, like I love just being able to do both these at the same time. It feels so cool. Of course, as I mess up while I say that, but it just feels so cool doing it. So I think this kind of adds, it's a great fidget move, plus it looks great with other flourishes. So let's go ahead and break it down. So with this move as well, you're going to be holding the deck in your non-dominant hand in a dealer's grip or mechanics grip. Going to come over with your thumb, put it at the center of the deck, push out, And the reason I push out first is just to separate it from the card underneath it, because we don't want to be doing this and we don't want the cards to be kind of attached together. So I pull out first to make sure there's some air between the cards. And now I take my thumb, right, as you can see right now my thumb is leaning on top of the card. I straighten out my thumb like this, and as I straighten it out, you'll see the card kind of goes over this corner here, or it goes over the edge there. And you can see it's kind of almost wanting to go down here, and we're gonna allow it to do that. We're gonna keep on putting it down here. Your ring finger, pinky finger are gonna pull the deck down. So this way the card will now be on the back of the deck. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift up your, what finger is this? Index finger and middle finger, so the card can kind of lay flat on the deck. Now this position is not super easy to get into. It will require a little bit of practice, just because a lot of people may not be comfortable holding the deck with 2 fingers while, you know, everything else is happening up here. So again, like this, push out, bring around, holding the deck here. These fingers come up, and you're passing it from your thumb to these fingers. Your thumb's gonna come back around here, right? So now these fingers are gonna take this card, go around like this. You're pretty much, these were curled in, now you're gonna straighten them out. And as you straighten them out, your ring finger, or sorry, not ring finger, your middle finger is gonna come and just move that card to the top of the deck. So let me show you one more time. Here, these fingers are curled in. You straighten them out, but not like straighten them out here. Straighten them out at an angle, so it goes over like this. And now your middle finger curls in and moves it. Whoops, sorry about that. Your middle finger comes here, curls in, and moves that on top of the deck. And once it's here, lift up these fingers, and that's pretty much the entire move. So up to speed, it's gonna look something like that. Something like that. Not exactly like that, but something like that. Oh, and one more thing, if you want to make this move look a bit more flashy, don't just sit here with your hand and wrist, everything stationary, and just move this like this. That looks kind of boring. If you want to you kind of want to go with the flow, right? So this card's coming here, you turn your wrist upside down, you turn it back, so it makes it seem like, you know, something cool is going on versus just that. Also looks very cool with flicker. So there you have it. Okay, lastly, we're going to talk about the card flip. One of my least favorite things to do with a single card, but sometimes I just feel cool doing it. And of course, as you've seen, that's what it looks like. So now that you know about that, let's go ahead and break it down. Similar to the other one-card flourishes we talked about, this one is just going to require being in the mechanic's grip or dealer's grip, whatever you want to call it, with the hand looking something like this, again, in your non-dominant hand. You're going to push one card forward like this, so that it's actually on top of your ring finger, middle finger, and I guess almost pinky finger. And what's really happening at this point is you want this card, you let go with your thumb, and you want this card to be flipped over. And the way that you're going to be flipping it over is using the bottom card and flicking that up in an upward motion. So you're going to come over with your thumb here, come to this corner like this, build pressure on this corner, and you're also going to build some tension with your ring finger and pinky finger. So this card is kind of pretty much building pressure here, right? So either it could be ring finger, pinky finger, or it could just be ring finger. But you're building some pressure here, and as soon as you release the pressure, that's going to make the card kind of pop up. So let me show you what that looks like. We're here, push this forward, come to this corner, build that tension, flip, and the card you see actually flips over. This will require a bit of practice, and I would say even for me, it's not 100%, because a lot of the time, sometimes if I put too much pressure, the card either flies out or it does like a full 360, which looks pretty nice, but I can never actually replicate it. Let me try one more time. No, it's not working. But you get what I mean. It's not like super easy to do every single time. Sometimes there's not enough pressure, and let me show you what that looks like. Like sometimes it's not enough pressure, so the card doesn't always come down. So that's something you'll have to do with practice. You'll have to figure out how much pressure you need to build. I wish I could tell you, you know, apply for, I don't know. I don't even know. How is pressure measured? You know what I mean, though. It's not easy to actually say apply this amount of pressure. It's just something that you're going to have to practice and get a knack for, but then you will be a pro in no time. And if you want to go really crazy in practicing, maybe you can incorporate all three. Maybe you start with like the card turnover like that. Then you can go like around the world like that. Then you can do a card twirl, closing it like that. There's a bunch of combinations, permutations, so go ahead, try all these out, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Hope these moves give you something to do with your hands when your fingers are itching for a flourishin. I like that phrase. It could be improved though. If you want to learn one of my favorite one-card flourishes known as Bullet by Andre Jek, click on this video right over here. If you have not seen it before, You will absolutely love it. And if you want to support what I do here on YouTube and get tons of exclusive content, click on my Patreon, go ahead and check it out. Your support would really mean a lot. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. It was a pleasure having you here. Have a great day ahead, and I hope to see you in that video or on my Patreon. One of the two.